I'm Sara Whyman.
And I'm Phil Whyman.
Between us, we have investigated countless locations in our search for proof of the paranormal.
We are invited to question the unexplained, to uncover what may be lurking in the shadows. With many reported hauntings throughout the UK, no two investigations are the same. Now, together with a team of experienced investigators, we continue to seek evidence to prove whether a haunting can be validated or not.
From a selection of cases we each receive, we will come together to pick the most interesting and ask the question:
Are you haunted?
So this time I have got a large Victorian abandoned hotel with several floors to investigate. Who isn't going to want to choose this one?
Okay, another haunted pub here. Obviously we have done one before, it was a good night, but will they wait for this one?
So this time I'm bringing a haunted dwelling in a historical location to the table. Lots going on, let's hope that everybody likes it.
Well, here we are again. We've got 3 different venues to choose. We've all had a look. We've all digested the information. Who wants to do what? Sarah?
Hotel.
Okay, nice and quick choice. Jane?
I agree. Hotel for me, please.
Okay. Ben?
I've got to say the hotel as well.
Oh, okay. Dale?
I'm Denard. It's the hotel.
Tim?
Oh my God. Well, even though I brought the pub in as well, the facts. Reading some of the facts of that, very interesting. I'd have to say hotel on this occasion.
It's a unanimous decision. I'm going to choose the hotel too. So,
Wow.
whose was the hotel? Sarah's choice again.
Yeah, that's 2 now, isn't it?
2. Okay, so it looks like we're going to spend the night in an abandoned Victorian hotel.
My investigation brings the team to Morecambe's Park Hotel in Lancashire. With countless stories concerning the paranormal, we asked the hotel's current residents for more information.
My name is Emma J Van Gills. I am resident here in the Park Hotel Morecambe. I've lived here since August last year. It's been a very interesting year. My job role is to oversee events and things that are going on in the hotel, just general taking care of the hotel. The history of the Park Hotel, it's not always been the Park Hotel. Before it was this building, it was something called the Pavilion. It was part of the Summer Gardens, which was an entertainment complex back in the early 1800s. And that would have included kind of a boating lake, very early cinema, just family entertainment, really. part of it was sold off and this hotel was built out of the foundations. The hotel was built in 1904. Hotels back then would have been more long stay than short stay. It hosted the first set of traffic lights in Morecambe, so people would check into the hotel just to see the lights change because they'd never seen them before.
With several abandoned floors to explore and numerous rooms to investigate, the Are You Haunted team were looking forward to an interesting night.
Famous people that have stayed here include Tom Jones, Shirley Bassey, the Beatles. There was a double murder connected to this hotel around 24 years ago. That can still be found on the internet today. The hotel has kind of followed the same thing over the years.
Yeah, there was a banging noise.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Three rats.
I heard it.
Was it 3 rats?
Three rats. Yeah.
I heard it
Anybody
as
else
well.
here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
got it. It's kind of organically for us taken the paranormal route, which is really quite exciting, and we're just happy to go with that.
We asked Emma J if she'd witnessed any paranormal phenomena herself while she'd been at the hotel.
As far as things that I've experienced myself or my family members, that's mainly been noises, TVs coming on throughout the hotel in the night. We have caught some things on CCTV. I think for me it's more of a feeling, that feeling when you're a kid and you flush a toilet and you leg it downstairs as quick as you can. It's kind of that all the time. Before I came to this building, I really didn't believe in anything paranormal. But I've kind of been forced to question that a lot. And I can't say what it is and I can't say what it isn't, but I know there's definitely something.
So we've finally checked in to the Park Hotel in Morecambe. This is your venue, so tell us a bit about what's happening here.
Do we all like what we see so far?
Yeah.
Big building.
Very vast.
Okay, so we've had history because we've had Emma J that's gone through that. So I'm just going to touch on a few things. The original owner or guy that actually built the building was called Edmund Park. So that's a name perhaps to ask out for. Now apparently his ghost is meant to haunt here. There were references to occultism with regards to Edmund Park as well, so he got involved with that. Lots of paranormal groups have been in here. Okay, so this is a popular venue for paranormal groups. So the kind of things that we're reading about or that I've researched and found out about, this is coming from what they have experienced. Okay, so we've got a female spirit or a sound of a female screams coming from the cellar area. Okay. We've got objects moved around, TVs turning on and off like Emma J's already mentioned to us. Children's voices have been heard.
Where are they heard, do we know? Is it just generalised?
I've heard that already.
I was just going to say, we heard earlier on, and Phil, you don't even know this because you were off somewhere else in the building, but when...
On my own with Ben, probably.
When myself and Jane were coming up the stairs, you heard a noise.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us a little bit?
So it was just from our backs to the library going up the stairs there, and I heard a noise, and it was a cross between, I tried to explain to Sara, like a female child's voice, and you know, like a dog tie when it sort of makes a weird, like, not a squeak as such, but like a, I can't explain the noise.
When you squeeze it without it squeaking.
Yeah,
do you mean?
sort of like that. You did an impersonation of it actually, but I don't know if you can do it now.
Do it again.
I think it was sort of like,
Yeah, it was that sort of noise. But I know.
I know. Don't
Well,
like that.
to the right, I looked down
Please
because
don't.
that's where it had come from.
Please don't do that again.
And there's the doll sat on the chair, which immediately made me go, ooh, because I don't like them. And then I just said to Sarah, did you hear that? And you didn't hear it, did you?
No,
How
but
did it go?
from your description, Jane, well, there you go. So children's voices, so that's sort of tying in with that. The library area, we all love the library area.
yeah.
It's
Nice.
such a beautiful sort of part of the building. Apparently a man has been seen in that area. So that's one to...
That's good, because that's where we're going to set the hub up,
Yeah.
the CCTV hub. So I volunteered Tim and myself to do the first vigil there.
As usual, yeah, okay.
Keep an eye.
Cellar area, so obviously it's quite a vast cellar. It's a really big cellar. In fact, when we were first looking round, I thought, when we were going back to where we'd come in, that was it. And they said, oh no, there's another sort of side to it, so it's massive. A dark form has been seen in the cellar. Okay, which was also, if you remember, there's a big Aga down there, so that would have been the original kitchens for the hotel.
Is it wrong of me to suggest that Ben goes down the cellar on his own?
I think that is really mean.
Okay.
He
What?
says okay.
Okay.
I said okay.
Okay, Mark.
Off you go then.
Well, if I swear, you can't sell me off for it.
No. Okay.
That's a fair comment.
I don't think we'd be that mean. Lots of people have reported feeling like somebody's touching them. Physical hands pushing them as well, with quite force on the stairs. So just watch yourself up and down those stairs. Make sure you've got hold of the banister. I think I've covered just about everything. We did read some history and we found a little piece about a female spirit that was on 3rd floor.
Yes.
Right.
And that we've got a friendly ghost here as well. So, lots to go at as usual.
Okay.
Are we ready to turn off these lights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we were setting up the equipment, Jane saw a dark figure. So, armed with a camera, Tim and Dale went into action.
Hello.
Hello.
Secret door, anyone? No? Hey, look, can hardly see the steps here. Was that you, Emma? What the fuck is going on?
Hello.
Jesus fuck. What the shit, man? Point torch down here. Toilets. Just check bar area. Hello? Emma?
Anybody down here?
I don't fucking like this, man. That was a slam.
Is anybody in here?
Lower bar. Hey, well, fucking Jesus, wait them pumps look for a minute. Is this door meant to be open? Yeah, okay. Jesus balls. It's starting before we even got properly started. Hang on.
There's nobody down here. Is there?
Bloody hell. Malteser empty box. Well, there you go then. Before we properly started, there's already doors going, and everyone heard it as well.
It's been quiet upstairs.
Jesus, that's it. I'm bollocks already now. Don't like that.
Nobody. We've shouted, I opened the secret door, shouted up, turned the fire.
Why would you have a rocking chair? That's just asking for trouble, isn't it?
I don't feel easy on you. I feel really easy.
You feel uneasy?
Yeah.
Really?
Just suddenly.
Come on, you've been knocking all night. There's been loud raps in numbers of 3 and all sorts. Come on, now we're actually sat here waiting to hear from you. At least have the decency just to let us know you're following us about. Can you rap on the wall or on the drawers or on the wardrobe?
Come on, if there's anybody here, anyone connected to this building, perhaps you're still here now.
Can you let us know that you're here, please? What are we going for?
So, pick a room, any room that you like the look of.
This one smells really hot.
Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, I don't think I want to spend much time in here.
Let's go for another room.
Oh, wow.
Because this one does stink. Disgusting.
It smells like spilt milk.
Yeah. Couple of seats to sit down in here.
We are on the 4th floor.
We're in the room with the rocking chair and a table.
This part of the hotel is pretty derelict. There's like, I'm talking bare floorboards, the walls, wallpaper sort of hanging off. It's quite it's not really bad smell, but you know that kind of old damp smell.
Yeah.
Ben wanted to choose this room because there is a walking chair in here, which is always quite spooky. And we're going to see if it'll rock for us.
If that starts rocking, then we'll just belt it one, I think.
Will you wait for me?
I'll grab onto behind you and
Oh,
pick out.
that light's gone off.
As I was filming, the light on my camera completely drained of power.
I'll grab onto behind you and
Oh,
pick out.
that light's gone off.
So Ben and myself headed back to the hub for some replacement batteries.
Right, so is this TV plugged in? Is it worth plugging this TV in to see if it turns on automatically?
You can do, yeah.
Because obviously there have been reports of TVs just turning on, hasn't there?
Yeah.
So we're not turning it on.
Okay.
That is off, isn't it?
Just let me have a look. Did you hear that then?
Okay, we're on the 3rd floor. Can you hear?
Let me have a look. Did you hear that then?
Okay, we're on the 3rd floor. Can you hear me?
Yes, all clear.
Oh, I swear it goes bare brick at the end, remember?
How is it? You can feel it actually getting colder as we're walking down.
Mm-hmm. Down there's bare brick and then that's the bathroom, I'm pretty sure.
It's so creepy. So creepy.
Ooh, how's it going up?
Seriously, who in the right mind would sit that there, look?
Can I like move it?
Might upset it if you move it.
Oh god, up there.
I don't like dolls. How do you feel, Ben?
Now I've sat down, I feel a little bit more easy.
Do you?
Didn't feel right walking down here though. Felt like some of them were going to pop out from one of the doorways.
Yeah, I think that's what it is with me. It's like you're walking past rooms with the doors open.
I hate hallways.
So instinctively you're kind of thinking there's something in there, there's something in there.
Yeah.
So it is quite a sort of strong psychological kind of thing.
There's no roof above us.
No, it's literally rafters and that's it. There's no kind of ceiling in place. And there's just a toilet there, which would be pretty embarrassing, really.
Go and sit around in that bar area.
You got away here then?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's up?
Yeah, it might be that fire, it's like a stomach growl. It was, it's really loud.
I heard it.
Did you?
Yeah. What's up? What's up? That's weird. Tim and myself just both heard what sounded like a kind of stomach grumbly noise, but it wasn't any of us. It came from down there. If that was you making a noise, a growling noise, grumbling noise, can you do it again?
Something gonna come forward. And show yourselves to us. We've heard many things tonight.
Is there a room next door to us?
Yeah, I think so.
Did you not hear that night, is there?
We've heard many things tonight.
Is there a room next door to us?
We've heard many things tonight.
Is there a room next door to us?
What noise did you hear?
It sounded as if it was coming from next door.
What kind of noise?
It's just as if somebody was in the room, that was all.
Please don't ever do that. The thing is though, because it vibrated in my hand and I was feeling the cold in my hand at the same time.
That is what we technically call an oh shit moment. If there's somebody here, can you bang one of these doors?
Did
you just push me in the back? Are you sure?
I'm positive because I'm about a foot and a half away from you.
Looked like somebody just jabbed me in the back. Well, I say jabbed, it wasn't like a, otherwise I'd have jumped, but like a touch.
Do you like there are actually any doors? There's just doorways.
Definitely doors.
There's what? There's just doorways.
Oh, is there no doors in them? Won't be banging any doors then.
Well, if you do, I'll be very shocked.
Yeah.
What's that?
What?
Very tap.
This is the back stairwell, look.
That takes you down, obviously.
Oh, look.
There's cars outside.
Yeah. Oh, you see there's a draft coming up here, Ben. Can you feel it?
I can feel it better from over there.
I can feel it on my legs. If you stand here.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Did I ever say anything? Oh, hang on. Play on. Don't normally do that, does it? No. Normally behaves on these.
CCTV just gone off.
Did I ever say anything? Oh, hang on. Oh dear.
Put the camera around the corridor before I actually go around it. Yeah. Oh shit. This is so creepy.
What?
I don't know, you know when you just go heebie-jeebies?
Yeah. It's costing corridors. I hate corridors.
I know. Don't know when you haven't got a torch that comes on. You did it again then, you touched me, didn't you?
No.
You did?
I didn't touch you.
Seriously, do you absolutely promise? Something touched me there.
Distance away from you on purpose.
Something touched me.
I didn't touch you. I heard something behind me, so I turned around. It wasn't the walkie-talkie, was it?
Oh my god. Right, okay. Seriously. I'm walking along and it feels like something's touched it very sort of gently on my back, but anyway, I'm I'm going to carry on because it might just be me. Like
What
what?
about Brody's?
A cat bell?
Yeah, just down there. Three taps.
Someone here?
Oh, thanks, David. Trying to be quite mischievous, some of you. Daddy's turned on, people push. Trying to do something here.
Yeah, push Tim down the stairs if you like doing that.
Try to push me downstairs, you won't succeed.
Yeah, give him a big push down the stairs.
Alright, so myself and Ben are now in one of the rooms on the 3rd floor. We've changed places with Dale and Jane, and they've gone upstairs to the bare floorboards, and we're down here with the 4 poster beds and the comfort. I think that sounds like a good deal, to be honest.
I want 2 little twins to walk round that corner, start walking towards us.
I don't, because I know you'd scream like a girl and leave me to die.
If there were 2 twins, if there was a pair of twins walking towards us, yes, I would pap my pants. Personally, I can't see that happening though.
Correct?
He's going to shop.
Yeah, just watch it down in the bag.
It stinks like paint on here.
Oh, this is not quite as grand, is it?
Still alright.
Oh, it stinks.
Doesn't it?
Oh, I can't stay in here. Oh no, get out quick.
Why?
This. Oh.
Was that you?
No. Wait.
Why?
This. Oh.
Was that you?
No.
As we leave, the door closes behind us. If you look as we enter the room, the door is wide open. None of us closed it.
It's like paint on here.
Oh, this is not quite as grand, is it?
Still alright.
Oh, it stinks.
Doesn't it?
Oh, I can't stay in here. Oh no, get out quick.
Why?
This. Oh.
Was that you?
No.
You grabbed me then, all my hairs on my body's...
Later, we tried to replicate this, but could not get it to close by itself.
Christ, Mum. Scared the heebie-jeebies out of me.
It was that door moving scared the heebie-jeebies out of me.
What was that? Did you touch it all over?
No, I didn't touch it.
Right, so we're going up the steep steps, really steep steps, up to the very top tower. Use the torch if you want to, Jane.
That's okay. I'm just worried about running back down.
Definitely use the torch on the way back down. Give you an idea as to how high we are. Well, this room was once struck by lightning. You can sort of see the patterns on the roof where the lightning hit. There's also a plug socket was once there, as you can tell, blew off the wall.
Come on then, if there is anybody here with us, any spirits that would like to come forward and talk to us, please make yourself known. Did you work in this building? God, it's red hot in here. I'm absolutely cooking.
Okay, I'm not roasting, but...
I'm absolutely cooking, I'm so warm.
You're wearing a really big coat though.
It's not that. It's not a big coat. It's only quite thin.
It's not bigger than my jacket, isn't it? Brush right here, so it might be more, isn't it? What's that?
What did you hear?
Something running.
You heard something running?
It sounded like a quick scattered movement of feet. What's that? What's that?
Whereabouts?
Just down the hallway.
Right, I'll see if anybody's moving around.
Is anyone moving around?
Not down here. We're all quite still here.
Myself and Jane have just come down from the upstairs tower. I don't know if you can hear that down where you are.
I don't think so.
Not as such.
What was that? What did you say then?
Huh?
What did you just say then?
Not as such.
Not as such. Well, we can't. It sounds more like a stumble.
I can hear footsteps now. You must be able to hear that. You can't hear that.
Has something gone off there?
There's somebody moving about now outside.
Nothing up until that point. Jane says
She can hear footsteps. Personally, I can't.
That's weird. You radio through?
I just heard some footsteps, that's where I called in.
It's stopped now.
yeah,
Yeah, you can hear that, can't you?
yeah. Yeah, I can hear some footsteps now, up on the 4th floor.
They're getting louder.
Are you two on the 4th floor? Are you both on the 3rd?
No, we're on the 4th, we're in the tower, but the bottom half of the tower.
You can hear them from outside the room, can you? Yeah, not quite distance away.
Sounded like a door, you know. These heavy doors sound like one of them opening.
No, I didn't know that. That's them both ringing at the same time, isn't it?
Give it a minute. Can you repeat that? Because I think you were both talking at the same time.
Yeah, sorry. Have you and Ben moved at all? We're hearing footsteps. Very faint, but footsteps. We're up on the 4th floor.
What?
Something in there.
Torch. Maybe I just moved.
No, it wasn't the bed. It's in there.
Yeah, sorry. Have you and Ben moved at all? We're hearing footsteps. Very faint. Yeah, sorry. Have you and Ben moved at all? We're hearing footsteps. Very faint. Did you get that, Sarah?
Yeah, sorry, I was just pausing because I can hear something from this bathroom in the room that we're in. Previously, Ben had heard footsteps in the corridor. That's why he originally asked if you were moving around.
Did any of you guys move about 10 seconds ago?
No, but we heard it.
No.
No, but we heard it.
Just see we all heard it.
Ben heard it as well. I didn't, but he did.
It was clear as day up here.
kind of like wood, not carpet, that we're walking on as well.
It's solid floor. The footsteps are not carpeted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the same as what you had.
Mm-hmm.
Who's on the stairs above me?
Nobody on the stairs. We're walking around the 4th floor.
You know when she's saying
Alright, so I heard noises above me. Who's on the stairs?
It's not us, Tim. We're in a room quite far away from the stairs.
Have you got a camera, Tim?
No.
Go and have a look if you've got a camera.
Hey, I've got no cam. Jane's got mine, hasn't she? And these two are mine.
Canon's here if you want to use it.
Yeah. So just on the camera, I was just here a second ago. Coming up here, just with a camera, because I think it sounded like someone on the floorboards up here. So I'm thinking it was Dale, or Jane, or Sara and Ben. But there's no one here. It could have been the building creaking. It just could have been something else, I don't know. But we just grab the camera, just have a quick look. Just before we have a break, I think. There you go. Nothing here. Hello? No, all quiet. Nice big spacious rooms, I give them that. Couple of rooms just here. Very small, those rooms. Couple of creepy dolls. And then you got the stairs up here going up to the floors there. That bloody radio's going, man. And then the long corridor, obviously we got try and get that glare off, but yeah, we've got a camera there. Yeah, there's a camera. See that little white ball? There's another camera that's actually linked to the main building. They've got CCTV somewhere. But again, every walk on this floor is creaky. And we're just sort of looking to see if there's anyone else who's in here. Hello? Okay. That was just me. Yeah, very creaky on that top bit. But still, yeah, basically, they're just there. And it was as if it was from above. Directly above, sort of level with me, if there was no floor. I just heard these sort of creaking, but I don't know, we'll see. Nothing definite. We go back down here. There we go, Mr. Whyman. Keeping an eye on the old CCTV. We got the camera here, and a camera there. Make sure we're well covered. And these chaps just here.
During a break, we accidentally left the cameras rolling and pick up on an unexplained bang.
Okay, so we're going down to the basement. Nobody's been down there yet this evening, so let's go see if we can find something. Got me phone. Right, so we're in the deepest, darkest part of the cellar now.
Yeah, but we're supposed to give him that, so that's not.
No, we're not going any further.
Fucking hell, Tim.
Wasn't
I
it?
think it's not that much.
In fact, I bet that's the door into the tower.
Right, yeah.
tower room because me and Ben went in there and it did make a bang like that.
A lot of traffic noise from here. Obviously we are below ground now. Just through that door in the corner is where the cellar doors are for barrels being rolled down. So you're literally at roadside through there. So there is a lot of traffic noise, even at this time of the morning.
Do you just inhale quite heavily?
No.
I've heard an inhale, okay.
Right, okay. No, I didn't hear that. Even at this time of the morning. Even at this time of the morning.
Do you just inhale quite heavily?
No.
I've heard an inhale, okay.
Right, okay. No, I didn't hear that.
That wasn't a footstep, it was more something being moved, wasn't it?
That sounded like it was above us, didn't it?
Mm.
Is this even on? Phil and Tim, have you just made a noise? How would you describe that?
It looked like a thud.
No, not made a noise. And we're in the tower anyway, so you won't hear it.
I've heard it.
Okay, we heard a noise definitely above. It was like a thud.
Was it recent or was it me that door?
Was it? How long ago was it?
A minute, if that.
Could have been that door.
Could have been this door shutting.
No, it was definitely not the door shutting because I recognised that sound from when we went up last time.
Okay.
Then no, it's not us.
Like a door thud, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just to eliminate Dale and Ben in the cellar, can you hear me on this?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Did you guys make a bang or a thud?
Nope.
No, not at all. No, not at all.
Okay.
Okay. Not very good with the walkie-talkie, are you?
Very basic.
The fuck? I've got anything on my hair.
You know what?
My ear, hair, ear. Anything walking around there? No.
No.
Okay.
Let someone touch you?
Yeah, it felt like it.
Jesus Christ,
Fucking
man.
hell.
Bloody hell, Jane.
That's Sarah, I think, wasn't it?
Was it? I thought it was Jane.
Cool. It's cold down here.
See the camera now.
Bloody hell, that's dark.
God, yeah.
Jesus. What was that?
I heard that.
What was that? Okay.
God, yeah.
Jesus. What was that?
I heard that.
What was that? Okay.
God, yeah.
Jesus. What was that?
I heard that.
What was that? Okay. That was out there.
Quite a bang.
Mm.
Hello? Is there anybody out there? If that was you, can you do it again?
Go on, you do this, Mr. Carrigan. We haven't looked at the other one yet.
Fictional fireplace in here.
Oh yeah, we're in here.
So, hello everybody.
Hello.
Here we are again.
Yes.
So today we are coming together to talk about what happened at the Park Hotel in Morecambe. So obviously I've got some videos to play back, but just Jane, I'm looking at you because I know that before we actually started recording, and we did mention this in the team brief before we actually got going with the investigation. Can you remember what happened as you were going up the stairs?
Oh, the child's voice?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was you and I, wasn't it? And we were going up, and there was a set of stairs, and there's sort of a chair to one side in an alcove, and it came from that sort of area, and it was quite definite, and it sounded like a child, but it also sounded a little bit like a dog squeaky, you know, when you press it. And I'm not going to impersonate him.
Although you did make me do it.
Highlight of the footage.
Just do that again. No.
And I don't know if that's anything that's been heard before, but that quite took me aback at that moment in time. Yeah.
Yeah. So then we filmed a team brief, and then after that we were all getting set up, and you were downstairs, I believe.
Yes.
And well, I'll let you explain what you saw.
Well, I can only describe it as a black figure going past the doorway, and I think after my initial usual of losing the power of speech, etc., I shouted to the guys, and they grabbed cameras and went running after it.
Yeah, because that's when they went running down the stairs, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we've got the footage of you two chasing and shouting hello.
So it coincides.
Before we really started rolling with all the cameras, and we were literally just setting up the hub cams.
We're setting up. Me and Tim just grabbed cameras that weren't set up and just went running after this shadow figure.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, nothing was there.
Well, it's typical, isn't it? You see those things where you've not got the camera in your hand. So, but very definite, straight from across the door entrance. Yeah.
Very strange. So, okay.
Good start to the night, wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it? It was a great start. Okay, so obviously I've got a number of clips here. So I'm going to start off. This is actually one of my clips. So it was myself and Ben. We did the first vigil together, and we were on, I think, the highest floor.
Did you just push me in the back? Are you sure?
I'm positive, because I'm about a foot and a half away from you.
Looked like somebody just jabbed me in the back. Well, I say jabbed, it wasn't like otherwise I'd have jumped, but like a touch. Don't know when you haven't got a torch that comes on. You did it again then, you touched me, didn't you?
No.
You did?
I didn't touch you.
Seriously, do you absolutely promise? Someone touched me there.
Away from you.
Something touched me.
I didn't touch you. I heard something behind me, so I turned around. It wasn't the walkie-talkie, was it?
Oh my God.
Stop touching her.
Yeah, Ben. I'll tell you what, it wasn't like a prod, it wasn't like a proper like, oh, you kind of thing. It was like just a gentle touch, and I thought that he'd either got his torch or his walkie, and as he's walking, that it just sort of like lightly kind of touched me. And you know me, you kind of see these programmes on TV and everybody's like, oh, I've been touched, blah, blah, blah. But seriously, it was just like a light touch. But I didn't want to make an awful lot of it because I knew that people would watch it back and think, oh yeah, whatever. It's one of those, isn't it? But I did feel it. What it was, I don't know. You insist that it wasn't you. So.
The fact that it happened more than once is great.
More or less in the same area as well.
Yeah.
Only a few feet away from the first time. So.
Yeah. It was like a...
Yeah.
Those upper corridors were very eerie.
Behind you, is it just
just the corridor? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And was a couple of feet or so
I'd say, how far were you behind Sarah? A couple of feet, 3 feet?
Same distance now and then.
Right, okay. So you'd have to stretch your arm out to touch
intensely
that.
touch you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Rather than prod you with a walkie-talkie.
Yeah. Because that's what you do all the time, isn't it? A lot of people with walkie-talkies.
The age-old.
But, we're, unlike other programmes and stuff, we try and keep our heads. So...
sometimes we do, don't we?
Sometimes we try.
Right, okay, so next one's for you, Ben. When you hear some footsteps.
It's the Ben Show.
What's that?
What did you hear?
Something running.
You heard something running?
It sounded like a quick scar of movement of feet.
Right, so when this was taking place, if you remember, we were in a bedroom right at the end of the corridor and we'd swapped, I think. We'd gone right to the very end into this room and you radio through, because you heard the footsteps, which was sounded, you can hear it more if you've got headphones on, so if anybody's watching at home and think, well, I can't hear anything.
Listen carefully.
Listen with headphones because you can definitely hear it. It sounds like a...
Right.
I can hear footsteps now. You must be able to hear that. You can't hear that.
Something gone off there.
There's somebody moving about now outside.
Again, you can't hear it very well on here, but it's like you've been putting it through the big speakers.
They are audible. You can hear them.
You can definitely hear them.
When you're listening
without
closely.
a doubt.
Yeah, definitely.
And we know, you two were on the hub, we were down and sat on the bed because you can see us on the radio, and
me and
you were
Jane.
just come down from the tower.
Yeah,
And there was
yes, because
nobody
that's the stairs up to the tower. So we're in that little room.
I think that was one of the main things. There was an awful lot of footsteps.
There's a lot of it.
Yeah.
There were a lot there.
Okay, so this is going down to Phil and Tim when you guys were on the hub. I think at this point, Tim, you'd just gone off for a little mooch and you were sat, I'm not sure because I can't see you on the camera, but you were still sat at the hub, so I don't know whether or not you were sat on the stairs.
I think Tim had gone into the bar, the other bar with it. I said, go and investigate that on the bar.
Right, okay.
Oh, the one to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you hear a bang.
Is that them moving? Was that them moving?
Yeah. I remember that. I was in there's like a small back bar, and I remember you said, you go in there, see if anything cracks off in there. And I was lying down on a sofa thing, and I remember you saying something like, "Don't go to sleep." And then all of a sudden, this kicks off.
Take a lie down.
Lying down on the job. Since when's that been part of the show?
Hey, it was comfy then, I remember. But then this kicks off, so I came meant to get some sleep with all this going on.
Yeah, I remember that bang.
Ghosty.
Okay, so this is Ben, me and you again when we were in that end room. I don't think you heard this at the time, but there was a hiss from the bathroom. Okay, so I'm going to play it and see what you guys...
This is enhanced audio. I've tweaked the EQ a bit so you can hear it because it is a little bit soft. So for people at home, when you're watching it, I've tweaked the audio EQ so you can hear it better. It stands out more.
Can you repeat that? Because I think you were both talking at the same time.
Yeah, sorry. Have you and Ben moved at all? We're hearing footsteps. Very faint.
Yeah, it was quite a strange room, and I think that's where you heard a lot of the footsteps. And that's just leading into this next bit, where again you hear like what sounds like somebody running. You were moving around. So to me, it sounds like, and I know I said it earlier, but like a child's footsteps, like a little pitter-patter
Like a
of feet,
toddler.
rather than an adult.
Yeah, you stop in a hotel and the next door room they've got kids, little kids, and they open the door and start toddling down the corridor with bare feet like. And
it's just stop.
Yeah, just before you open the door and say, "Do you mind getting your kid back to bed?" That kind of thing.
Yeah. Here he is.
That's what you would say.
You'd say.
Just like that. It like that. I know.
You know the story. When you've been on a ghost investigation, it's 4:30 in the morning, and the next room's toddlers running down the corridor, and you'd politely say, "Would you mind getting your child back to bed?"
It's the middle of the night.
Yeah. Anyway, next clip.
Right, now this is something really interesting. When we went for a break in between the first and second vigil, we went downstairs right to the very bottom of the ground floor.
Yeah.
What we didn't do is turn off the cameras in the hub. We've left them running.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Purely by mistake.
Purely by mistake.
Professional.
I
Yeah.
remember that. This was actually marked another weird thing with my cameras on the hub as well, because both batteries have always been 100% fine, genuine Sony batteries, no problem. And one of them mysteriously drained that night as well because it was left on.
Yeah.
Other battery makes are available.
So we left them running. So being the professional that I am, when I've been listening back to the footage, I did actually sit there for the duration of the break.
Oh my word.
Good 20 minutes watching nothing.
Watching nothing with the headphones on, as you do. And I listened, and you know what? There's noises. So...
Wow, that is really clear.
It's quite loud, and just to clarify, the area where we were taking a break is about 2 floors below this, in the opposite side to where this area is.
Yeah.
We were just sat there having a coffee and just chilling and relaxing a bit.
Yeah.
For about 25-30 minutes. So there's no way that any of that noise-wise would have been.
We
wouldn't make any noise.
We wouldn't
anyway.
make a noise like that. That
No.
would be picked up that clearly.
You have to go to 1, 2, 3 little flights of stairs just to get there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, it's me and Ben again. I think it was our night, wasn't it? Now, can you remember you went down a corridor and there was like, I mean, I know it's a hotel, you're going to do lots of corridors with lots of rooms off, but there was one particular room that wasn't very nice. It had a bit of a weird sort of musty smell to it.
Yeah.
I think Jane, you said it smells like somebody spilt rotten milk or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like kind of a sour.
I remember it.
Yeah, so we'd gone into this room, walked in there, and immediately, as soon as I'd got in there and I'd smelt it, I was like, oh no, I can't stay in here, I need to come out. We kind of rushed out, but as I rushed out, the door closes behind me, so...
The door was open
The
when
door
they
was
approached
open,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
the
it
door
wasn't on a
closed.
spring or anything like that.
No,
It was,
no.
The door was wide open when they came to that room.
So I'll play the clip.
Okay, right.
Quick. This. Oh,
Was that you?
no.
She grabbed me then, you hairs.
So it was like, almost like we were rushing out of the room, and then something shut the door behind us and stay out.
yeah.
You didn't shut the door, did you?
No.
No, he was in front of me.
He was in there.
Yeah.
It was you said, it was that you?
Yeah.
Referring to the door?
Yeah.
But it was almost like when I felt the door actually on my back.
Oh, did you?
And that's why I went, like that as I was coming out.
That's really strange.
So it closed with force.
Oh yeah,
as
as I wasn't
such.
coming out. It was like literally on my back as I was coming out of the room.
How dare you say my room smells of spilt rotten milk? Get out of here!
Get out and stay out.
No, that was the room that stunk.
wasn't
It was
very
a
nice.
horrible smell.
It, like you say, it did smell like when you spilled
It hit the
milk
back of
in
your
it.
nose.
So the door stayed shut. So that's all the clips that I've got from our night at the Park Hotel. So I think mainly like footsteps, thud noises, obviously the door, and I had what felt like something touching me on the back. So for me, I would say I do think there is something going on at the Park Hotel. I would like perhaps to spend a little bit more time there just to see, you know, if we get
Such a
anything
big
more.
building, isn't it? Yeah.
It is a massive building. But personally, I'm edging on the side of yes, there is something going on there. So, Ben, what do you think?
I think I've got to agree because we've heard quite a few sounds, and especially that door because we didn't close that.
No.
So I think that's
Phil?
Not an awful lot happened to Tim and myself.
No.
We didn't witness an awful lot. A few bangs, yeah, but I'm not willing to say that it's definitely something going on there at the moment. I think if we went back and did another investigation, something else might kick off for me and Tim at that point.
Yeah.
But for that night, there wasn't an awful lot going on. So I'm just I'm reserving judgment. So I'm just going to abstain from
Playing it safe.
Yes, I'm playing it safe.
On the fence.
On the fence, yes.
On the fence. Tim?
Yeah, as Phil says, basically, throughout the night, throughout all of us as a group, then there were bits and there were bobs via all of us, but me and Phil, whether it was just on your own during the break time wandering about, there was a bit of a feel to it, but definitely, a warrant of a revisit possibly in future, just to see if it kicks off even more, but I'd like to think that there's something going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Dale?
I'm very much with what Phil said. Phil and Tim didn't get much. I didn't get much personally myself. Yes, there were footsteps, there were knocks that we all heard. We were all there at the same time in different parts of the building. And yes, personally, I did hear things. I can't say what they were. The most unequivocal thing for me was the beginning of the night before we started filming. Jane seeing that shadow, myself and Tim running after it. Now, unfortunately, we didn't see anything, which was really disappointing. But I'm not going to stay on the fence. I'm going to say yes, I think there is something there, but with more investigation.
Yeah.
But I definitely think there is something there worth going back for.
Yeah.
Jane?
Well, it's a mixture of the whole lot, isn't it? I mean, the thing that changed it for me was seeing the figure at the start of the night, which unfortunately I didn't have a camera for. However, after that, it was few and far between, but when we did get them, they were definite. So
maybe a revisit then to the Park Hotel.